Yo, 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 what's good, YouTube? I'm back with another one, man. I told y'all we was gonna start sharing the screen, doing these reactions, but I got a special reaction today, kind of with a heavy heart, because I had to react to the homeboy, man. Baldhead Rick just passed away not too long ago, so I'm doing a special video. It's a little reaction to his interview, just the tail end of his interview where he mentioned me. I'm gonna just react to it, break it down for y'all, if y'all so y'all can get some of my perspective because I was actually there. I was actually around these parts at that time, man. And my history ain't no mystery, so it shouldn't be a mystery to y'all. You know, the breaded will go big breaded. That's all more new generation stuff. But when I first jumped off the porch, first started rapping, I was young Ed. So people know me as Young Ed coming up in Frisco around this time, up under Cool Nut, up under Baldhead Rick, up under Selsky, Black Sea, Forte, cats like that, you know what I'm saying? UEMC. So without any further ado, we're gonna get right into this reaction. This was an interview he did with Dregs One. Shout out to Dregs One. Go on and subscribe to his channel so you can peep the History of the Bay podcast where he interviewing all the rappers and he just spam his comments, man, because he ain't even got at the kid Young Ed, man. You gotta interview Young Ed if you're gonna do History of the Bay, History of Frisco. But anyway, let's get right into it, man. We gonna see what the boy Baldhead was talking about, man. R.I.P. and loving memory, man. Gone but not forgotten, big dog.
And rest in peace, my big cousin Keith Hankston. You know the Cougar. Keith Hankston, if y'all know, had one of the baddest cougars drop cutlasses in the world. I don't know if you remember the yellow canary cutlass, drop cutlass with the gold triple Vogues on it with the beat. You probably don't. Yeah, you was little, but that he had him and Be Legit tried to race on a freeway, and he blew Be Legit out and Bila, we all linked up, and Bila was like, man, I got to put some work into my cutlass. He looked under the hood and was like, oh, I ain't got none of this. Like, that was a fun tweak too, man. But to keep it 100. Dio, was you at the concert at the gym?
Hey, you know what? Before we get into the
Ocean View when we had our concert. Oh my God!
Hey,
now you making me
when he said the cutlass, and man, the Bay was known for old schools, man. Skylarks, cutlasses, man. Cougars, you know what I'm saying? That's what Cool Nut was named after, man. A cool nut, you know what I'm saying? A cougar. He was the Cougar Rebel. You feel what I'm saying? And UNLV, they was ill because it was underground niggas living violently, but it was like they wore it all. We wore all UNLV shit, like the UNLV running rebels. And Cool Nut was the Cougar Rebel. You see what I'm saying? So all that coincides, you feel me? But that was the tweak when he was talking about him, the homie, R.I.P. the homie, he was racing Be Legit. Yeah, but he gonna break down. It was really popping out there in the view around this time. Watch.
We sparked. That was maybe the most funnest time ever in the world, Craig. In the world, Craig.
Lakeview popping that.
If not, it's top 5. I know Sale will probably come in here and make me remember something else. If not top, when we had the concert in Lakeview, remember it was starting to stop the peace violence, like JT, GOP, RBL, Selsky, VIP, a lot of people. We would go to everybody, and we have put together with the Muslims. They had a concert at Ella Hill. They had a concert at Joe Boo. We had a concert at Ocean View Park. Oh my God. To see that motherfucker looking like.
And hold up. Y'all might can't see that, but I got Montana and Capitol blasted, dog. That's where OV is at. For y'all that don't know, Ocean View is on Montana and Capitol. Ocean View Park, man, legendary park. A lot of spunkiness, a lot of funkiness, you know what I'm saying? A lot of activity over there, man, you know what I'm saying? And it was active around that time. But let me break it down, put it in perspective for y'all. 9-4, it was going down. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was a hot sunny day. Like Sally said, that was when Heat for Your Ass was out. That was when Sebo was popping. That was when Brother Lynch was popping. That was when E40 and the Click was popping. You know what I'm saying? That was when The Dangerous Crew was lit. Too Short. The Loonies. Drew Down. You had GLP. You had Forte. Forte was signed. He had the Players Club. You had RBL. They would have Bounce to This. You had Master P. He had the West Coast Bad Boys. Excuse me. He put out the West Coast Bad Boys, and Stressed Out was on there. And that song was Selsky, Baldhead Rick, SB, and Swoop. It was a banger, man, and it shut that concert down. And it was spunky at that time too. You had Oakdale beefing with Harbor, you had Lakeview beefing with Sunnydale, you had Lakeview beefing with Fillmore, and internal beefs, and all these niggas was at this concert. And you had the gangsters, the strippers, everything, the bad bitches, the dope boys, everybody was at this thing. I was there. I was a young nigga sliding around. I was with some niggas from the point. It got spunky, man. But I'm gonna let Ballhead finish telling y'all, because it was ill out at that point, man. I mean, it went crazy up over there.
Like the Oakland Coliseum.
Right.
It was like the
boy, we was up like all night hustling, grinding, all the shit. We had our UNLV sweaters. I went and bought the biggest thing in Hennessy on 3rd Street, the big old super double gallon of Hennessy. Boy, we come up in that thing, boy, and man, Kugner ran and jumped and grabbed the rim, and Ocean Reprogram said, "Just my motherfucking house!" The place went crazy. Herm Lou on him in the front. I know Herm remember this. Everybody was there. That was my first time ever grabbing a mic.
See, that was another compilation that was out around that time, Trying to Survive in the Ghetto. That Herm comp was ill, dog. This one compilations was popping. This was right before I came on my first compilation, Silent Cries from the Ghetto. Then I was on Bay Area Players, which hit Billboard. You know what I'm saying? The comps was popping in the Bay and Cali around that time. And this is what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. This was that.
You feel me? That was crazy. We did Stressed Out and the Bayway. Tore the house down.
Damn.
Tore the house down, boy. Oh, and then a lot of other things happened that I can't speak on that people involved me with, and I did not do it. I plead the fifth. But that was one right there, Dregs. That was one.
It's a lot of energy, a lot of wonder.
They tore the house down literally and figuratively. After Stressed Out went out, somebody got laid out, dropped, the shots popped off. That's what you say. You can't speak on it, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't self-snitching on the internet. You feel me? Even though that was way back then, man. You know, some stuff you still can't speak on, big dog. But yeah, he wasn't lying.
I don't wonder. I know for sure that the Frisco rap scene, the Bay Area rap scene, would be a lot different if Cool Nut was still here.
And Mr. C.
And Mr. C. We was talking about.
I always got to say that. Even though I'll say my brother to death, of course. But if Chris and them would have been able to pull that off,
went through the roof like that.
Man, when they was able to pull that off, because I knew I was on the album.
Yeah, for sure.
I knew I was going to be on a good song with them. And like I say, I'm blessed because...
Man, y'all just don't know the half of that, man. If Cool Nut and Mr. C wouldn't have died, bro. If Mr. C wouldn't have got killed and if Cool Nut wouldn't have died in that accident, who knows where Frisco would have went. Because mind you, at 9-4, all the Bay was on fire. Everybody was getting signed. JT signed a Priority. I think that was 9495. Fo signed to Relativity. He had the Players Club. He was popping. He was on MTV Raps, BET, all that. Who else? The Looney signed. Drew Down and them signed the Relativity. Like, it was going crazy. They was trying to sign Sebo. Sebo was off the hook, though. He was on Billboard. He was charting on Billboard. He didn't need to sign. He was, like, on the run. On the run management. You know, AWOL Records was going crazy. But I even think that he signed a New Tribe or something like that, too. Then Atlantic was signed Mr. C and Black Sea. They ended up still signing, and I ended up being on that album, but it was after Mr. C died, and it was with all the beef going on in Harbor. But if Mr. C and Cool Nut was gonna sign the Death Row. Suge was fucking with Cool Nut. So yeah, they ain't lying. If them two wouldn't have died at that time, who knows where the city would have went to, you know what I'm saying? Who knows where
Because
Frisco would have ended
that's a
up.
lot. You don't have a lot of people ain't never did songs with a lot of they, you know, with a lot of the super artists that they grew up with have been around. You know what I mean? So one point is, Sale used to always say he never did nothing with E40. Me and Kugna was blessed to be on the
Ended up
Southwest
doing
Rider
more
album,
with him
even though we didn't do a song with 40 and them, you know, but we was introduced on there. That went big too.
on
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest
compilation
times. That
hard,
was the
too.
most time, but I was stuck. I could not write. I was kind of changing
That's crazy.
my style and my flow, and just finding myself as a person. Like I say, that was one of the most hardest times ever. That, and when I did the song with RBL, but that right there, I was so nervous. Sibo just got out of jail.
I can't believe
It was
that.
like 9,000 niggas in a parking lot, and it was crazy. Loonies every hour outside.
Baldhead saying he was nervous. That's kind of hard to believe because the kind of cat he was, like I said, he was the concrete general. He like coached us all up. He was like the big brother that he was the big dog that he gonna. So him saying that he was nervous, that's crazy. But he was tapped in, like he said. Sibo just got out. He was tapped in with all them. He got DVDs with him, Cool Nut, Mac Dre, clowning, talking that ism. You know, he was tapped in with E40, tapped in with Be Legit, tapped in with Bolo. You know what I mean? So I say Baldhead was one of the most underrated cats out the Bay, for sure. Even though he got a plaque with Roll Your Vogues on West Coast Bad Boys 2, UNLV was underrated, period. But yeah, he was all tapped in with all them, man, during that time, for sure, for sure. So yeah.
I'm up in there, can't write one rap, dude. I had so many freestyles in my head that I, you know, my best thing was this. They will all tell you, you give Todd a beat, let him go home and study. It's gonna be the best thing you ever. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really one back then on the scene writing. You know, because I had a lot of my raps already wrote. I didn't bring no books or nothing with me. You know, so it was crazy. But that was one of the sickest. That was a fun time too, being up because E40. I could not get the rap. This nigga E40 come kicking the door. Well, big old things, Gorilla Milk. Oh, you about to get this? You're about to get this? You're about to get this? And I was like, right on, Unc. And I drunk that Gorilla Milk, and I got it. You feel me? That was one of the funnest times too. You know what I mean? Doing that.
40 OG.
So Cool passed in 2001.
We call Baldhead Taco.
And
so if I call
feel
him
like,
I'm talking about him.
I know that was a big hit, but after that, it seemed like the next big rapper to come out of Lakeview was Killer Keys.
Indeed it was, if you want to say it like that. Indeed it was, like about that time.
If you want to say it like that. See, this is where I got to stop you, Dregs, because you skipping over. You going from Stressed Out straight to Keys. Like Keys was like early 2000s. The biggest rap, not to toot my own horn, but the biggest rapper out of Lakeview, after 9-5, I say 9-6, 9-7 was me. Because you skipping over Mr. Predictor, which was 9-5, which was Seal. Seal was definitely the biggest rapper out of Lakeview right then. But that was the second song I had ever been on, was the last song on Mr. Predictor, which was Seal, me, UNLV, SB, Baldhead, Swoop, Leo J, and Dirtbag. That's one of the hardest songs ever. That Mr. Predictor album is a classic. They selling that overseas. They still sells to this day. Peep that song, the last song I'm on there, man. Young Ed. That what really catapulted me to the point where I got to, and that's what made me and Sil start rocking hecka heavy, and I start working on the Time to Stack. But you can't just skip over that 9-5, 9-6 because I brought together the point and the mo. So during 9-5, you had Hitman Solo Creep. You had 9-5 going into 9-6, you had San Quinn with The Hustle Continues. The Time to Stack brought Quinn and Hitman together along with me. We was like the hottest young niggas in the city at that time. So I got the only song with Quinn and Hitman on there together. They've been on comps together, they've been on albums together, but never the same song. And that's the only one out there. The Young Life on Young Ed Time to Stack. That Young Life is the only song with them two on there. And we was the three hottest young niggas in the city at that time. So that's 9-5, 9-6. You can't just skip over that. Not to take anything from Keys. Shout out to Killer Keys. R.I.P. Killer Keys. That was my young dog. Like, I got love for him for real. Like, we got songs together. but you can't just skip over that, Dregs. Like the history of the Bay, you got to go in chronological order. And that 9-6 was an ill time. That was Killer Cali season, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That was just going down. That was Spice One. That was it was going up in 9-6. That was Mac Dre was out. That was the romper room. You feel me? That was time to stack. You know what I'm saying? So I say around 9-6, 9-7, I was the hottest out of Lakeview, because even in 9-7, I was on the I4I, the RBL album that was on Atlantic, Big Beat Atlantic. So we can't just skip over it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now Keith definitely was the hottest in Lakeview in the early 2000s. Turfed Out came out 2004, 2005. You know what I'm saying? When the beef has started kicking off more and the turf has split up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in chronological order, man. And not to toot my own horn, I was the hottest out of Lakeview 9-6, 9-7, probably to like 9-8, 9-9. And then the torch got passed. I stopped rapping because the money wasn't right with Sale, and me and him fell out because even I was on Mafia moves, straight pimp gang. Like I came with pimpinism in 95. Like niggas wasn't even saying ism. I created pimpinism just like I came with Look Back at It. And niggas ran with that and took Look Back at It. I was saying Look Back at It before 2 Chainz stole my shit when my shit was on World Star and went viral. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, pimpinism, and that song I did in 94, but it came out on albums in 95. Now niggas talk about pimping, they call it ism. But I was been saying pimpinism. So that you got to get the history down, dog. That's all I'm saying, bro. Ain't nothing. You feel me? But yeah, give me my flowers too.
That's another thing. See, I trained all them, the squad. Mm-hmm. You know, like I trained them to death. Like general, even before Sale knew I took Keith serious. Like I threw him, even though it was like I say, everything was inevitable with all of us. It was gonna all pan out. Oh, inner city. But Keith used to be on that balcony. My nephew be like, I can rap. I'm like, nigga, you ain't rapping, nigga. Like you ain't rapping.
That's how Keith was.
And one day he had a tweak, him and a robber, and them. It was a tweak, like, and then one day he tweaked
house.
Him and my nephew Boo Banger, all them when they was so tight. But really the squad though, I got songs of Keith and Cam City and them, boy, they sounded like children.
They was.
I mean, I'm you know what I'm about to, when I go to I need a dab machine so y'all can hear this shit, boy. I swear to God, they sounded like children off my production.
Me, Keith, and Baldhead got a song so cold. I wish I had it, bro. That song is so hard. It never came out, but he not lying. Like I wish he could find it and did find that before he passed on. But that's the thing. Like when I jumped off the porch and was at the rap show, I was 14, 15. He said they would sound like kids. They was younger than me. They was like 10, 11, 12. So when I came with the young ass shit, it was after Time to Stack came out, it was hella young this, young that, young this. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of young rappers. So the rappers start getting younger and younger and younger after that trend. You feel me? Because everybody I was running with that was rapping was in their mid-20s. Some of them was like 30. Shout out to Sauce, you know what I'm saying? He was an OG, you know what I'm saying? Webb was like 26, 27. Fly Mar was like 26, 27, 28. And I'm running with them. That's why they call me Young Ed, because I was like a little kid. So as time went on, the rappers got younger. So you had the Killer Squad. They was like little niggas. You know what I'm saying? You had the Groundhogs. You know what I'm saying? You had Dirty Dame. You feel me? You had Saf. You had D Scourge RIP. You know, we got songs with them too. So you had Don Beef. You feel me? You had the GH and the Groundhogs. You feel me? To the Killer Squad. And that's how that went. You know what I'm saying? They got younger and younger. But Baldhead and Cool Nut,
like I say, I was, even though me and Sel wasn't doing music, that was my time to make me. So I was doing heavy productions. So Keith came and was doing tweaks. And then one day he was like, man, something. I said, I can't sign you, Neff. I said, of course you with us. But I was like, I said, you got to fuck with bruh. He's like, I got to be inner city. I said, yeah, so we are inner city. I said, you watch, you just going to tweak. And when Sale snapped him up under that wing with all of us, a star was born.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace.
A star was born, and R.I.P. Keys. But if you see the what happens when you sign with Inner City, Seal was great at making beats. He was great at rapping, great at being a creator, but he was not good at the business side. And rap is 10% talent, 90% business. It's a business. And if the money ain't right, niggas ain't gonna be right. So it was a lot of one and done albums. So you had I did an album with him, Time to Stack, one and done, because the money wasn't right. I wasn't getting paid right, but my shit was being blasted everywhere. I'm in 4080 magazine, I'm in Murder Dog. I'm hearing my shit being slapped around the city. I'm hearing cars riding by playing my shit, but I'm not filling my pockets. You know what I'm saying? UNLV had a hard ass album, and Royal Vogues was on that album. That ended up being on West Coast Bad Boys too, but it never came out because Baldhead fell out with Seal. You know what I'm saying? Swoop had an EP that was super hard that never ended up coming out because he fell out with Seal over the business. Then by 2005, when Turfed Out came out, which was a banger, by the time Keith realized, look, I ain't getting paid like I'm supposed to messing with Seal, because he was on Camille. He freestyle battled up against Mr. Fab, and that kind of catapulted his career. And he held his own, you know what I'm saying? So now he became like a household name around the Bay. But after he wasn't filling his pockets, he ended up going rocking with Juice, rocking with Mess and they movement. It was shout out to Juice, Bullies with Fullies. So yeah, Keith, a star was born, but the business wasn't never right. So Sale could never keep his artist, which Inner City should have been a household name. It should have been a major label. He turned down the deal with Master P, which was a mistake. And then he couldn't have his paperwork and business right, which ultimately led to rappers leaving, which ultimately led to me falling out with him and us getting into our little turmoils. You know, I got a few songs dissing him. I really just wanted to run a fade with him, and then we could have squashed it all. But you know, it is what it is. I don't got no ill will towards him now. On the strength of the homie, since he passed away, I'm squashing all that shit. So Sale is good, bro. I ain't got no issue with you. That's water under the bridge. That's in the past. When we moving forward, bro. I ain't on your head. I ain't making no more songs about you. I ain't even rapping no more. But if I did get out there, I ain't gonna dish you on nothing. I dissed you on enough records, but at this point, so we already know what it is. But I'm squashing that based on Taco, man. R.I.P. to Baldhead, and we gonna do it like that on the strength.
Killer Keys.
Rest in peace, nephew. We'll miss you.
Rest in peace, Swoop. Rest in peace, Cool.
Bro, man.
Rest in peace, Swoop.
2.2.
I think rest in peace, 2.2. I feel like Lakeview as a neighborhood has one of those legacies that like Queensbridge in New York would have.
It does, because we got a trick upcoming with Lil Duper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's amazing how everybody.
It's a long bloodline, man. It's a lot of talent. What do you think it is about the neighborhood that created so many different rappers out of there?
Bro.
It's amazing how every time you turn around, but I am astonished on how. And I give a shout out to Paperboy. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Paperboy.
A lot of when and Young Ed, even though he's not in the mix with us no more, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's see, I can keep going and going. It's amazing, but it's amazing, like you said, like a legacy.
And Young Ed. See, you can't. That's a real one right there. See, you can't mention Lakeview rap without mentioning Young Ed, and that's why I say not to toot my own horn, but you got to keep it a buck, man. For the contributions I did to the rap game, I was pushing to get it signed with a major. You know what I'm saying? I did some work on major albums. I just didn't get to that point. And I feel like if Seal would have had his business right, we could have did that. And like he said, I wasn't in the mix no more because I felt like I needed to do my own thing. And that's where Cop and All come from. And me and Jay Bizzle, CAPCG, Cop and All Pure Cane Gang. But see, it got so spunky in the view. A lot of niggas got killed, losing their lives, going to prison. And we had to choose sides, you know. A lot of cats got shot. JB paralyzed behind that shit. So shit got spunky, but there was never no ill will towards Baldhead, man. He was always solid with me. He was always the fam, you know what I'm saying? Now I was going in on Sale and I was, you know, I put Sale on the op list, but that's just what it was when he say I wasn't in the mix with them, I'm always gonna be down with them niggas, man. Them niggas made me who I am, just like RBL, just like Cool Nut, just like, you know, Fly Moore, just like everybody else, man. NOH Mafia, everybody that was coming up at that time, that's who made me who I am. So it ain't never like all like that. We still family, dog. Even though family sometimes don't see eye to eye. But you know, I ain't gonna keep this video going too long. I just wanted to react to this, and you know, cause my dog, he shouted me out. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Seal, that beef is squash, bro. Like, I ain't got no ill will towards you. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, we could sit down and talk one day, cause life is short, man. We lost too many niggas, you know what I'm saying, too many family loved ones, and it hurt, you know what I'm saying? It hurt losing Cool Nut. It hurt losing HIT, Mr. C. It hurt now losing Baldhead. It hurt losing Keys. It's like we ain't complete out here. So, you know, this just my, you know, tribute to Baldhead, my reaction. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Frisco, shout out to Lakeview, shout out to everyone that looked out for me, that put me in the game. You know what I mean? And life's too short. And all y'all, that should be a lesson to y'all. But yeah, spam Dregs one in the comments for that Young Ed interview. I can get more in depth on what was going on in the city and why I fell out the mix with Sale and Inner City, you know what I'm saying, and why Keith did, and some of the things that was going on. Share with y'all some more information on the music, because once I start running it up in the hood, we went from Young Ed to Big Bread to Bread Ed, is to start getting that money, you know what I'm saying, start trapping. So that's a whole nother side of it. When we talk about transcending to the breaded, to when I got to be $500,000 in 2 days on World Star, we'll look back at it with the porn stars in the video, to me getting into it with Tiger and 2 Chainz. I mean, it's a lot. So if y'all want them stories, you know, hit Dregs one up, tell him, man, you need that Young Ed interview. And as far as that, just stay locked into the Brother Gov channel. We're going to keep coming with more reactions, more stuff, more street stuff, more not self-snitching, more shit about staying free and staying G, man, and staying with the P, man, because like I've been pimpinism since 9-5, spitting that religion. Gone.